Shalom, brothers and sisters. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you. From Yahuwah the Father and Yahusha our Mashiach, his voice. Hear, O Yasharal. Yahuwah our mighty one is one Yahuwah. This is Brother David coming to you again to bring you the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahuwah. There's his name right before you in the Hebrew script. And we're starting from Deuteronomy chapter 34, and this is the end. This has been a long journey. 4 months. We have been going line by line, precept by precept, here a little, there a little. We've learned a lot. But to summarize everything in just a few points so that you would know how to deliver it to your people is this. Have you ever, by the way, asked the Mighty One, how can I please you? This is how you please him. The first 4 commandments out of the 10 is how you please Yahuwah. Number 1, he said, don't have any other gods before me. Number 2, he said, don't make any graven images or any likenesses of anything that is in heaven above, the earth beneath, the waters under the earth. Don't bow down to them. Don't you serve them. 3, he says, do not take his name in vain. How do you take his name in vain? To hold it empty, worthless, without substance or value. How do you do that? You call upon Lord, you call him God, you call him Jesus, you call him Jehovah. You have taken his name in vain. It would be prudent for you to learn how to transliterate this name that you see right here before you on the screen so that you can please him. Then he told you, remember my Sabbaths. Keep them holy, set them apart. Now, if you do those 4 things, you can please him. When the teachers of the law came to the Mashiach in the New Testament, they asked him, which is the first and the greatest commandment? Yahusha said unto them, you are to love Yahuwah with all of your heart, with all of your mind, and with all of your soul. If you love him, you'll do what he says. Then he said, the second is like unto it, to love thy neighbor as thyself. So number 5 through 10 of the 10 commandments speaks of us and how we treat our brothers and our sisters. Then he gave us the laws, the statutes, and the judgments, so we could govern ourselves. Soon we shall be sovereign. We have to know what we have to do. He gave us the laws. These laws are from the heavens, brothers and sisters. It is our power. If we follow them, if we keep them, we shall be above all people upon the earth. We are returning to the old ways, which is the good way, so that we may find rest for our souls. Let's begin. Deuteronomy chapter 34, verses 1 to 5. Verse 1. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, that is over against Jericho. And Yahuwah showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan. Verse 2. And all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim, and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah, unto the utmost sea. Verse 3. And the south, and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, unto Zoar. Do you see the vast land that the Father showed Moses? How can it be that those who are dwelling in that little corner called that Gaza Strip, how can it be that that's the land only that the Father has given us? Think about it. Everyone around them has laid claim to the land. They can't move any further. We know some things. We know that the Mashiach has to return, destroy our enemies, cleanse the land, then bring us back. Who brought them there? Verse 4. And Yahuwah said unto him, This is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. Can we pause for a moment? Do you see the revelations that come through this book? We have ignored it for long enough. Who's he going to give the land to? Seed. Bloodline. From Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Did he say the world? He did not. Did he say to the bloodline of Japhet? Did he say to the bloodline of Ham? No, he did not. It is coming to the bloodline that flows from Shem. I have caused thee to see it with thine eyes, Moses, but now thou shalt not go over there. Moses sinned against the Mighty One. He did not carry out the orders properly. Because of that, he could not go into the promised land. Verse 5. So Moses, the servant of Yahuwah, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of Yahuwah. Verse 6. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor, but no man knoweth of his sepulchre unto this day. It is a good thing that they don't. They would be there worshiping Moses. Verse 7. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eye was not dim, he could still see, nor his natural force abated. He was still able to get around. Verse 8. And the children of Yasharal wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. 30 whole days. Just think, if the people knew where his burial place was today, they would be camped out there. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. Time to move on. Verse 9. And Joshua. We have already established that Joshua is the incorrect transliteration for the name of this person. We know that now that it is Yahusha, the son of Nun, was full of the spirit of wisdom. For Moses had laid his hands upon him. And the children of Yasharal hearkened, listened unto him, and did as Yahuwah commanded Moses. Verse 10. And there arose not a prophet since in Yasharal like unto Moses, whom Yahuwah knew face to face. No one can claim this. The only one who can claim this is our Mashiach, Yahusha, not the same one in verse 9. We're talking about the one who's going to come in the latter days. Verse 10 tells you that the Joshua in verse 9 is not the one. There's another who's going to come. Did you know that Islam states that they use that passage that there would be another who's likened unto Moses who would come in the last days, and they say that that was Muhammad. Muhammad was not a lawgiver. Muhammad did not teach Yasharah. Muhammad was not one of the bloodline that came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They claim Ishmael. So Muhammad is all wrong. Remember, this is a lineage, it's a bloodline. And because we know the lineages now, because we've been studying them, we can see the error and the lies that men have. Remember, the book says that we're going to find all of our enemies to be liars. Verse 11, and all the signs and the wonders which Yahuwah sent him to do in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh, and to all his servants, and to all his land. Verse 12, and in all that mighty hand, and in all the great terror which Moses showed in the sight of Yasharah. Did you hear that our people, they witnessed this, they saw it, our ancestors, yet they still rebelled? They still built a golden calf? They still went and worshipped other gods? What is wrong with us? The learning process to burn out, to purge the rebellion out of us took thousands of years. The Father has chastised us over and over. He's refining us. Has he done that to any other people? Do you think that he's going to accept another people who he hasn't refined? Do you see how long it took just to get our attention? Just for us to see ourselves that we're living in the matrix, an alternative universe that Yahuwah did not create with his hands. Your enemy has created this world that you're living in today to keep you from your Father. You are being tested. You are being tried. You are being proven. The number one thing that you must remember, you cannot call on the name of any of the gods. Period. It would be bad for you. Anyone who's calling on any of the names that we've learned in this captivity, you will be in the lake of fire. Learn how to transliterate these names for yourself. It will prove that. Go to the New Testament. Transliterate that name Jesus. Find out. They've created it out of the blue. Yet the whole world is calling on Jesus. They have a whole religion centered around Jesus. Billions of people serve him. So do we. What's the next one? Islam. Billions of people serve him. So did we. Then you have all of the other minor religions. Stuff that's coming up today where our brothers and our sisters are talking about their Egyptians now. And their Kemet and all of this. Maybe they are. Everyone who was brought over here in ships is not all Yasharah. Remember that. So when you see others that you speak to that just totally don't listen to reason or fact, or truth, keep it moving. There's someone out there that you will speak to, will take hold of this covenant and run with it. This is our job. This is what we're here for. You must duplicate what I have begun. I have maybe 200 people on this channel, or a little over 200. That is a real great feat when you're telling the truth. People don't like the truth. If you're telling a lie, you'll have hundreds of thousands of views. But when you're telling the truth, people don't want to hear that. They don't want to go through the scripture line upon line, precept upon precept. They want to be entertained. That's why the viewership is so small. If you're viewing this video, you're on the right track. If you've been here through the law, statutes, judgments, and commandments, you are on the right track. The Father sees your behavior. He knows that you're seeking for him in the daytime with a flashlight. He knows that you're gravitating back towards the old ways. Continue your work. Duplicate what I am doing. Make your own videos. Study. Put it out there. It doesn't have to be long, because I'm long-winded. It doesn't have to be long like me. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You can do it and just show facts, show truth, and speak to the people. That would be the beginning of your channel. Brothers and sisters, until our next project, coming soon. I love you all. Shalom.